Ever wonder what Brownsea Island's like? We're booked for 3 days, one island, and I'm sure endless surprises. We were leaving from Poole Dock with our cameras, curiosity, and also leaving the mainland behind, which felt amazing. It was just like stepping into another world. 3 days off grid, just us, and whatever crosses our path. From the skies to the shadow of the castle walls, join us for 3 days in May and see what really happens when the tourists go home. The Dorset has some beautiful places to visit, there's no doubt about that. Trying to find somewhere nice to park your car is slightly more problematic, and places that, well, don't smell of urine. Ugh. Anyway, we did find this place, absolutely amazing, full CCTV, 24-hour parking, only a short walk to the dock. Well, I say a short walk, it felt longer with all those bags on my back. Quick nip to the kiosk to pay for our tickets, and next step was Brownsea. I can't wait.
Thank you.
Morning, morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, welcome aboard the Permit Private.
Brownsea Island sits right in the heart of the Poole Harbour. There's no bridge, no cars and no roads connected to the mainland. The only way to get there is by boat. It's a peaceful 20-minute crossing. As we pull away from Poole, you really start to feel like you're leaving another world behind.
Hello.
You alright?
On stay.
You're right. Are you camping or?
Yeah,
Yes.
Delta
Yep.
then.
So these are the metal containers you've got, and as you can see on the back of it, this one says camping arrivals. So we put our bags into here. So there's plenty of room in there. One thing I did notice about Brownsea from the start was how well organised they are. You have buggies here that you can hire to go around the island with if you've got mobility issues. And also, if you're a little bit younger, there's also prams you can take round as well. I think this is brilliant. There's also a little electric bus that can take you all around the entire island. Right, on to the first point of call, and that's going to be the canteen to fuel up. Right.
Have you got the curry cauliflower pasta,
Certainly.
please? Thank you.
As it comes, or do you want added plated garnish?
Oh, as it is, fine, thank you.
And what's that one, please?
Cornish.
Yeah, just have one of those as well, please. Thank you.
Same again, just on its own.
Yeah, please.
Any hot drinks?
No, it's fine, thank you. As you can hear from the off, clean, professional staff, gorgeous canteen, food's amazing. Right, let's go down to the church. I can tell you a little bit more about that. This is St Mary's Church, built in 1853 by Colonel William Waugh. He'd just bought the island to set up a potty village called Maryland. I'll tell you a bit more about him later. He paid for the whole church himself, as well as other buildings on the island. The church unfortunately fell into disrepair when Mary Bonham Christie bought the island in 1927. She basically kicked everyone off, closed the place to the public until her death in the 60s. After that, the island passed to the National Trust, who kindly restored the church to how you see it here today. Here's the cool part, it stayed exactly the same for over 170 years. No electricity, no running water, candlelit services, and an organ that's still pumped by hand. If you're visiting the island between March and October, it's definitely worth popping in. So when you come to explore Brownsea Island, don't just look for the red squirrels. Take a moment to step into this time capsule of a church. It's like walking into the past. Okay, let's go to what you've been waiting for. Among Brownsea's ancient woodlands and peaceful glades lives one of Britain's rarest and most beloved mammals. Yes, it's the red squirrel. Once common across the UK, red squirrels have been pushed to the edges of survival by the spread of the non-native grey squirrel. But here on Brownsea, they thrive. Why, you may ask? It's because it's one of the few places in southern England where the grey squirrels have never ever set foot. So with no competition for food, no threat of squirrel pox, which is fatal to reds, these fiery coated acrobats have made the island their stronghold. You'll often spot them leaping between Scots pines and foraging for food on the forest floor. They're shy, they're swift and mostly silent. If you walk the island's quieter paths at dusk and dawn, you might be rewarded with a glimpse of their tufted ears twitching tails as they dart through the trees. Protected by the National Trust and Dorset Wildlife Trust, the red squirrels of Brownsea are much more than a wildlife success story. They're a symbol of hope and conservation. The next time you visit, keep your footsteps light, keep your eyes peeled for whatever crosses your path. You're walking in the company of a rare and precious native. Yeah, if you're wondering what we're using pine cones. So you get pine cone seed. Just wondering where he is. Get pine cone seed, and if you get the pine cones, actually just pull them to pieces. And they're young pine cones. If you get them to pieces, you've actually got the seeds inside. Get the seeds out, just bite the tops off them and break them out so they all go sort of mushy. And that's what you can see on the top of the tree up here. So yeah, we are baiting the squirrels, but we're doing it with what they normally eat. We haven't brought any other food with us, which is what Kate's doing now. We went out and collected quite a few yesterday when we walked through here and we first came. So last night we were in the bag and we're just like smashing them up and just breaking them all up. So basically come here like prepared for it. So that's why they're all in places where we want them to be. So we are baiting them, but it's all natural stuff. It's what they usually eat. We're just getting the food for them and bringing it into a place where they're going to eat it and propping the shot. So yeah, so before everybody starts whinging, oh, you brought food with you. We didn't. It's all from here. Wow, what a day. Well, morning. Just Kate's just finishing off now up there with the pheasant that's been walking around. Everything is super tame. Obviously everybody feeds everything. I know we're feeding, but we're feeding off of what's here. We haven't brought anything with us. There's been a suspicious amount of monkey nuts that have been left on tree branches, so naughty. Yeah, round the back of the church. So if you're ever coming to Brownsea, this area here, this building you can see, it's literally just here. That's the church. So if you come this little bit of alleyway here and come round and come up to where all these trees are, pretty much everything from where you see here all the way round pretty much is their playground. There's apparently 270, might be wrong, ish red squirrels on the island. We've only seen 4, so I don't know where the rest of them are hiding, if I'm honest, but they're obviously hiding somewhere. I was just sitting quietly on this old log enjoying the stillness when out of nowhere a red squirrel appeared. Darted through the undergrowth, completely unfazed by me. Closer and closer. And then right up to my foot. Actually, for a second I thought he's going to jump onto my boot. We looked at each other and it went off like nothing happened. Beautiful, beautiful experience. Right, now for a 30-minute walk up to our camp. Go and grab our bags from reception that have been brought up in the trailer and go and see where we're staying tonight. Home. Oh wow. Look at that. Wow. Oh. Look at that. That's awesome. Little camp chairs as well. Loads of room as well there. Wow. Got myself a beautiful little perch. So right there, that's our cooking area here. So this is all for us and the one other bell tent that nobody's in at the moment. But this is all for us. So we've got like preparation table. You've got 2 gas stoves, with a cleaning kit. They just basically run off the 2 gas bottles behind, so it's a nice easy reach of the of our tent over there as well. So yeah, very happy with that. Fire blanket. Yeah, very happy with that. The only thing I'm not very happy with is just down over here. There's a pond with water, and you all know what happens in the middle of summer when the mosquitoes all come out. They all want to go to the pond, don't they? So the pond's there, and we're right here. Yeah, that could be a problem. But okay, we can manage it. Look at that view out there to the sea. It's quiet. Just listen. Literally just bird song. Beautiful. A couple of the bell tents up the top as well. So, and you've got another cooking area down here, another bell tent right over in the side over there. But all in all, it's actually a really good pitch. So I imagine it's going to get quite hot in the middle of the day, and we're hitting at the moment. We're hitting the moment about 1 o'clock at the moment. So yeah, it's not too bad. Might grab myself a quick coffee from the from here, and then I think we're going to go and film. Might go and have a look at Maryland Village, show you a bit more about that, and there's a few more other historic places I want to show you as well. But yeah, that's a beautiful pitch. Loving that. Oh yes, the peacock. I'll tell you a bit more about him later. Lots of questions reference the peacocks online being removed from Brownsea. Nope, they're still here as you can see, but there's far less of them than there used to be. The female peacocks are removed from Brownsea Island to control the population and protect the environment. They are eating common lizards in huge numbers. Without predators, they are breeding fast and damaging the habitat. By removing the females, numbers stay stable, and the males, with their striking looks, still delight visitors without harming the local wildlife. Currently there are 2 males on the island, one by the church area. This one's much calmer and much more happy to interact with visitors. Anyone seeing the Ace Ventura Pet Detective is going to definitely laugh at this. The other one is down by camp, and as you can hear, is not so happy to interact with visitors. Peacocks can be noisy and aggressive, especially during mating season. Some visitors and staff have reported nuisance behaviour. We personally saw this firsthand with standoffs trying to stop us leaving camp and chasing as we passed. I call them disco chickens. I think he might have heard me, as you're going to find out later in the video. Just thinking, we need a table, don't we? I know we've got a table and we've got chairs. And obviously we've got the resident peacock. Hang on, that log looks good. Yeah, I'm going to go and pinch that log. That good, was it? You like that, did you? Yeah. There you go. They've got a tea stand. Come on, I'll do it. Oh, it's the same colour as you. It's going to be as moody as you. Oh, what am I doing? Going the wrong way around. I don't mind. Let's see, what coffee do I want? It's bloody coffee. It says coffee shop. Broke it.
Turn the gas off. It's still on.
Right. If the expert can do it. What the hell?
Because I'm the expert.
Apparently you are. Is that good? You can make the tea. Coffee. That's what I've always wanted. So along with the cooking utensils and all those bits and pieces, I'll show you later on when we cook our dinner. A kettle and a water container over in the corner. Also you get given a cool box. Inside this cool box is obviously packs as well to keep your stuff cool. So what Kate's done is she's made sandwiches and name stuff, and also made 2 amazing dinners we can put together there as well. So these obviously go into the pack as well. So yeah, it's a really good system they've got here. The tent's actually quite warm, but it's not actually that bad, but the cool box definitely helps. You know our cooking tent? This.
Yes.
Do you know, I knew we were going to get this one.
It's got my name on it.
Eight. I knew we were getting it. I just knew it was going to happen. Tucked away on Brownsea Island lies a ghost of a village with a curious past. Just walking down towards Maryland Village now. It's always a good indication of getting close to it. Get loads of bricks on the floor. Back in 1853, Colonel Waugh had big plans after his wife came back from a walk with clay stuck to the tip of her umbrella. Sparking her interest, on investigation the couple were told that the sand and clay on Brownsea's ground was worth millions. They set up Brownsea Clay and Pottery Company, running around the corner at the Pottery Pier. To support his ambitious pottery business, he built a small settlement at the Maryland site, naming it Maryland Village after his wife. At first, things looked promising. Over 200 workers moved in. He built the church, the clock tower, the gatehouse to the castle, as well as the island school. The pottery works began producing chimney pots, drainage pipes and many other items. They're still on the beaches actually in fact today. But all of this was for nothing. The clay turned out to be very poor quality for porcelain, and financially it just didn't stack up. By 1857, just 4 years in, the venture collapsed. The Waughs were forced to sell the island, resulting in him and Mary running away to Spain to escape the creditors. Fast forward to the late 1920s when Mary Bonham Christie took over the island. She shut down much of the local industry, and Maryland Village was abandoned once again, this time for good. During World War II, the area was actually bombed, and in 1964 the National Trust made the decision to demolish the remaining buildings with a controlled explosion from the Marines. Today, only a few faint traces are left. You'd barely know the village stood here at all. Just one more layer to Brownsea's fascinating and slightly haunting history. Brownsea Island wasn't always a peaceful haven we see today. In 1927, a mysterious woman named Mary Bonham Christie bought the island for £125,000, that's 6.6 million in today's money, and changed its fate forever. Known by the locals as the Demon de Brownsea, Mary was deeply private and an eccentric woman. She cleared out the residents, shut down tourism, banned hunting and refused anyone to touch the land, even sold her 1924 bullet-nosed car. The island changed forever. No vehicles, no visitors, just silence and wild nature. I think that's actually quite good. Anyway, for over 25 years, Mary lived in total near isolation inside her crumbling remains of Brownsea Castle. She was rarely seen. She became the centre of countless rumours. Some called her a witch, others a lot worse. Mary died in 1961 at the age of 94. She refused all modern medicine. But not everything she left behind was of this world. Some say her spirit has never left. They still see a pale figure staring from the castle window. To this day, visitors feel somewhat uncomfortable and watched, especially near the castle. Some believe it's Mary Bonham Christie, still guarding her island, still protecting its silence from behind the grave. So next time you're near the castle, look up at the windows. You might just see her watching you. Continuing up the path from Maryland Village, there's a beautiful beach on the left-hand side. No pottery. I'd say it was the best beach on the whole island. Now for something a little bit different. A nice quiet woodland walk and time to reflect and relax. Take a breath. Breathe in the fresh earthly scents and listen to the soothing sounds of nature. The trees above whisper. This isn't just a walk, it's a moment to slow down, reconnect, breathe in the fresh earthly scents and listen to the soothing sounds of nature. With each step in these peaceful woods, the world gets quieter, nature leads the way.
Notice the patterns of the exposed tree roots. Imagine these roots interconnecting with trees, fungi and plants. It's quite cool little signs like that. It keeps you going as you're going up this path. We're talking about all the exposed tree roots. Look what we've just found. A swing. Cool is that? Right, we'll have to have a go. You just fell over a tree root. Love it. Right, let's have a go. Aha, look at this. Awesome. Yeah.
I can't reach it.
What? That's because you're short. The other good thing about this island is it's very, very well signposted, and also on the signpost it gives you a good indication of timing of how long it's going to take to get to a destination. For instance, Maryland Village, what you've just seen, is 10 minutes. Pottery Pier is 15 minutes, again you've seen that already, and back to the quayside where the boat is where we first joined the island is 35 minutes away. Isn't that a really good idea? Rather than just pointing out a distance, it's actually got a timescale.
Right, we're both starving. Time to go back to camp and make some curry chicken wraps, I think.
Currently in the cooking area. Got plates with us. Some wraps. Also, they provide pots, pans, all the usual palaver for cooking, which is really kind of them. Also, you've got this, which is absolutely amazing. Knife, scissors, different kind of utensils. Absolutely brilliant. So putting them to good use tonight.
Right, let's go and clear up and do some washing up. Good opportunity to show you what the kitchen facilities are like. And quick as a flash, that's all done. Right, now to wander back to camp and, yeah, go and do some dancing.
Ugh. Ow!
Oh, it's hot.
Get off. Mosquito spray's not working.
No.
You know I said to you earlier on about that bog? Well, apparently we're the only food group apparently on the island at the moment. Where's them flying in front of the camera? I can see them on the screen looking at you anyway. This isn't good. Do the dance.
I'll just walk around, drink my cup of tea, because I don't seem to be about to walk.
Tell you what, why don't you go over there and see if I follow you? Or do you want me to go over there and see if I follow me?
No, not really.
Let's find out, shall we?
Just go for a look at my cup of tea.
Let's go for a walk. God, I'm broken. Let me move. Oh, God. What? There's none over here? Come over here.
And then we put my tea bag.
Literally standing here, there's none. Can you see any? A few.
Few.
Do you think it's the bracken that we're sitting there?
I said about moving the tables and contact clearing.
Well, can we move the tent as well then? Oh no, tent's open as well.
Well, the vents are open, so it made no difference.
Brilliant. So, that's working well already. Anyway, cheers. We decided to come down to the beach. No mosquitoes, so we're very happy about this, aren't we?
Yeah,
Isn't it easier? Yes. Yeah, nothing at all. We're not struggling at all, so it's actually quite nice. And look at this sunset. Wish I knew about it like 20 minutes ago when we were hiding in the tent or walking down towards the water station. And yes, we're on another beach that's covered in tiles and covered in stuff, pottery. Given where we are, this is the rough beach, but yeah, there's a lot going on. Again, that's Brownsea Island over in the background, and you get some idea what I was saying to you with the tiles earlier on. I know I keep banging on about these tiles, but look how they're ingrained into everything wherever you are. Nothing like the beach you're on earlier on, but it gives you some idea. But I don't care about that. What I care about walking on the beach with this one, and look at that sunset. Walk to my right.
Oh.
That's my other right.
Get my belly.
Walk to my other right.
Hi.
No,
You
walk
actually
to.
want to see me?
Yes, walk to my other right. There you go.
Hi.
There you go. See? And you've got the sunset as well. Right. Well, we're going to go back to the tent. I know we just said we don't want to be near the tent because of mosquitoes, but I'm hoping they've attacked all the scouts and now they've all had their feed and they've all gone to bed. It's not going to happen. If she falls over behind me, I'm going to get such a shot. No, not such luck. 150 quid down the drain, isn't it? Right, back to the tent then. Bloody peacock up and not hearing that all bloody night again.
I actually had no idea how little amount of sleep I was about to be not getting. We sat outside the tent, no mosquitoes, with the beautiful sound of the nightjars. Yeah, and the disco chicken.
Morning everybody. What a night that was. Wow. Tawny Owl waking us up at, well, pretty much all night to be honest. It was camping right above the top of the tent, literally in that tree, literally over in the corner over here. In that very same tree, right in the corner, just literally here, is a peacock. It's been sitting there all night, and since about 3 o'clock in the morning, it decided it wants to wake everybody up. On top of that, the hill that's up behind these tents in front of us here, the whole hill from one side all the way down to the other, I've never heard so many nightjars all in the same place. Literally never heard so many nightjars. There must have been, what, 8, 9 of them up there. Kate went up there last night, up to the stone, which I'm about to go and film in a sec as well. There's a pine tree literally next door to the stone, and it had a nightjar literally in it. She was standing only about maybe 15 feet away from it, obviously up in the air. But wow, just wow. So she's whinging. She hasn't had much sleep, and it's like, what would you rather have? Traffic noise, dogs barking, noisy neighbours, you know who you are, that kind of stuff, or be woke up, you know, it's a bit gloomy today, we woke up with this. Not the best place to show you, I must admit, but you woke up in a beautiful, beautiful area. And if you listen, what can you hear? Birdsong. Just birdsong. It's just quiet. The road's noisy, but it's quiet. Peacock, if you listen. Anyway, you'll hear the one down there kick off in a sec. So yeah, it wasn't a best night's sleep. and also all the tents are open, all the events are open on a tent as well, which is always fun because it means when the wind blows it just feels like you're sleeping outside. On that note of being outside, the mosquitoes are back this morning. I think the tide's out, so it's yeah, it's not ideal. I might take you, actually show you quickly around the other side of the camp. You've seen the toilets and bits and pieces, why nobody's up. Might be a good idea to show you a bit more of the complexes up here. This is the other camping area. It broke across into a couple of areas. So there's a couple of bell tents in here, and you can pitch into this as well. It's all fenced off. Ours isn't fenced off, but it's way down the track. This is the main sort of seating area here if you're going to get something here for a bit of rest, and this is where you come to when you're signing in for camp. In there something called the trading post, which is a shop, and that's mainly used for all stuff to do with the scouts and guides. Camp reception and shop. So, and also the safety information as well, stuff to do with the duty officer, when camp opens, when your luggage has to be packed up by, when you leave your luggage has to be packed up. Oh yeah, and sorry, a defib as well. So yeah, when you leave your luggage has to be packed by 10 if you guarantee it to get to the other end. And these as well, I'll be quiet in case people are in there having a poo. These are the toilets as well. Again, more drinking water and more toilets as well. So men one side, female the other. Nice clean split. When you come in, you'll get given a pin code as well, so you can put any rubbish you get from your camp that you buy from here, or anything that's recycling wise that you buy from here, you can put it into here. So it's that's not so bad as well, which is good. And they've got a recycling process in there as well. But all rubbish has to go back home. Also, something else. When different scout camps come here from all over the world, and I mean all over the world, they get given the opportunity to put some signs up. Hello mate, you alright? So I disturbed his morning routine clearly. Yeah, so when the scouts come here, they get the option of putting all their scout signs from wherever they've been to here, which is really cool. I mean, there's ones from Chile here, there's Korea. I mean, Korea, look. You think Korea would have a scout camp? So, yeah, there's loads of places. Harrogate, England, Winstable, Norway, Portugal. So, Worthing, it's literally just down the road, ish. But yeah, it's not too far away. But yeah, there's a fair amount of them. So yeah, one there here, Horsham as well. That's local to me, at the bottom. Yeah, so one people here, they get given, when they stay, they make these up and stick them up here, which I think is really cool because it gives a good indication of the people that have been here. And if you look at the directions of where the arrows are, you can't really see it when you're looking at it face on, but you look at it from here, you can actually gives you some idea of where they actually are. So they've stuck them in a particular way of potentially where, you know, where their camp is or where they are in the world. Hence the posts. Hence some of them have got some funky angles. You can see especially here. Yeah, so it's actually quite cool. I was actually looking at all these yesterday. And some are really well made as well. Some are like, you know, like proper professional South London. And then there's other ones that have just been sort of piece of wood. Square piece of wood. We just engrave a little bit on that. That's us. 87 miles away. So it's yeah, it's really cool. Anyway, I just thought that you see that because that's people ask questions about this online all the time. So now you know. I just realised there's a metal one as well. So it's yeah. Right, I'll quickly take you up to the stone, the scout stone. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that stone now.
Nestled within the serene landscapes of Brownsea Island lies a modest stone monument, a silent witness to a monumental event in history. In August 1907, 20 boys gathered here under the guidance of Robert Baden-Powell for an experimental camp. Over the course of 8 days, they engaged in activities like camping, observation, woodcraft, chivalry, life-saving, and patriotism. This gathering led to the foundation of what become today was a worldwide scouting movement. Baden-Powell died on the 8th of January 1941. His grave is in St. Peter's Cemetery in Kenya. His gravestone bears a circle with a dot in the centre. It's a trail sign for going home or I have gone home. Baden-Powell statue is also in Poole. It was installed on the quayside on the 13th of August 2008 as a memorial facing his beloved Brownsea Island. There's also another one on Brownsea itself, erected to show respect, what would have been Powell's 150th birthday on the 22nd of February 1857. The bust is a cast in the original limestone that was erected in 1997. It sits on the plinth, which shows a representation of worldwide oak of scouting. Also, right next to the bust is the impression of Baden-Powell's foot. Yeah, he's definitely not a size 12. Right, time to go and show you guys the east side of the island and the beautiful bird hides. If you're a birder, this place is definitely for you. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. Right, now we're going to go back down to the camp, have a bit of relaxation, and I'm going to tell you about an island with a bit of a surprise.
Thought we'd come and look down the back of the island today. Just out from the other side of the campsite. Look at this view. There's a little beach. It's quite rough. Quite a bit of seaweed on here. Not particularly clean. Not in a rubbish kind of respect, but it's not really a beach. It's mainly just bricks and rubble really that's been put down here from the pottery. One thing I was going to say is that island you can see over there in the background, the really obvious one. That's called Thursday Island. Now, that's not an island tropical paradise as it looks. It's actually a 24-hour a day, 365 days a year, security armed island. Now, what do you think might be on there? Celebrities? Yeah, could be. No, nothing as complicated as that. It's actually an oil drilling rig. There's 24 lines that are being currently dropped down into the under the island, and they are drilling for oil over there. not currently right now. If you were to hear them drilling for oil, it sounds very much like a kid beating a drum a couple of rooms away. So it's like dum 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 dum, that kind of speed. It doesn't distract you away from anything you're doing on the island. You can barely hear it, but coming down here I imagine it's probably a lot louder. But yeah, it's weird to think after this tropical paradise that we've got basically over here that they're drilling for oil literally 200 or 300 metres away. It's weird.
After a busy day walking around the island, we thought we'd sit and compare photos of what we'd taken. It was quite a nice set, I think. If you want to see more photos like this, hop over to my Drone and Below Instagram.
So as you know, we're on Brownsea Island. If you watched Spring Watch last year, they got very excited when I think it was Chris heard a nightjar out churning, which is what that noise is you just heard away in the background. Now, where Spring Watch is filmed, we are in the same territory. Now, the nightjars aren't restricted or controlled just those two areas. We're from Surrey, and we have nightjars literally on our common out the back of our house, literally out the back of our house, and we often go out together and take the thermal scope. I bought Kate for Christmas, and I'll link the thermal scope up on the corner here for the video that I did about it. And we watch through the thermal scope, we actually pick up the nightjars, but they're incredibly camouflaged. I'll put a picture up now and give you some idea of how camouflaged they actually are. They are seriously camouflaged. To see them during the day, they can attach themselves to a tree unless you look literally straight at them, and when they close their eyes they're virtually invisible. But unless you look straight at them, you see a lump in the tree, you'll never know they're there. They're ground nesting birds, but they're yeah, to see them is very incredibly rare. Get your kids out, get your grandchildren out, take them to the commons, obviously in safety and under control, and take them out, make them listen, get them interested in nature. This is something that's unique and only happens for a short period of time. So get them out, get them listening to it, and this time of year, mate on, this is the time that they're doing their nesting, they're doing their mating calls. Get out and see what you think. Right, we're going to go on listening.
What an experience to hear that beautiful sound. Right, little bit of astrophotography, and we're going to crash out for the night. Let's hope we get a little bit more sleep. Oh. Wow, what a peaceful night. Perfect. Oh, shut up. With a beautiful start to the day, apart from the peacock. Thought we're going to take it a little bit easier, mop up a few things you guys haven't already seen. Before that happens, shower, and time to stretch my vocal cords. First I was afraid, I was petrified, thought I couldn't wash this grime that things over my backside. Now I grabbed up some soap and I lathered it really well. I was scrubbing all my bits and they even smell like caramel. Right, let's take you down towards Lily Pond. There's a tree here that most people walk straight past. As you can see, someone sprayed a heart over the centre of 3 trees. We had to improvise on this. A quick walk now down towards the second best beach on the island, South Shore Lodge. South Shore Lodge gives you some beautiful views over the beach. It's a lovely place to sit and relax. Just look at that view. Also, it's got a rope swing. We could have sat down here for hours. It was so peaceful, just beautiful. Before we knew it, we were back at the castle. Three days on Brownsea, it doesn't feel like enough. From red squirrels to castle whispers, bird hides to ghost stories, nightjars to a peacock that never shuts up, Brownsea was unforgettable. This island gave us more than we ever expected. We walked, watched and wandered, and probably eaten more biscuits than we should have. Thanks for the memories, Brownsea. We'll see you again someday. If you enjoyed, come along with us, maybe hit like and maybe subscribe. Let us know your favourite parts in the comments. Thanks for watching, until next time.